When you step out of your comfort zone, that is, you move away from your hometown, family, and friends, there's nothing to be afraid of. Meeting new people, new cultures, all help you to grow and be responsible. Being exposed to a different language, sight, smell, people can be a nice experience. In this video, we are going to share some interesting culture shock from some international students. They are going to tell us how they've experienced unfamiliar way of life and how they were able to cope.
Well, ever since I left my country, Ghana, to settle in Turkey, I have experienced countless cultural shocks. And one of them was, I remember the first time I went to the barber shop. When I entered, there was some people waiting, so it means the shop was full. There were two people, there were two barbers, and then there were three people waiting. So it was quite busy. I had to wait. Also, I joined. I was the fourth person in the queue. After some time, I just saw a man come into the shop holding a plate full of cups. The cups were transparent, so I could obviously see there were tea inside. The tea was just raw, no milk, nothing. And then also on top of the plate was some sugar. So because I was the closest person to the gate, to the main door, he just stood in front of me, and then he took one cup, and then he gave it to me, and I was like, no, I don't need it. I didn't call for this. Why are you giving me a tea? I didn't pay. So he didn't insist too much. He just moved on to the next person. And then I saw them take the sips. They were just taking, and then they were sipping. And they were looking at me, and they were talking something I didn't understand at that time. It was later I realized that tea is a part and parcel of the Turkish culture. Yes, so wherever you go here in Turkey, do not be surprised if you have to wait, especially for a service. Do not be surprised to see a lady or a gentleman come to you with a cup of tea. It's free to, you don't have to pay. So yeah, they just feel, they have to give you tea because you will need it, because all Turkish people need tea anytime they can take tea. Yes, and sometimes they take it with or without sugar.
My name is Omar. Actually, my biggest culture shock was here. It was about my most interesting topic, which is food. As a lifestyle, Turkish people eat so many meals, but in very small amounts. For us, we majorly eat one meal with a very huge amount. So when I was going anywhere, especially, for example, like here in Yemekhane or any other place, I was shocked with the amount, which was very, very less, and I was like, how will I get satisfied with this?
The other cultural shock has to do with gesture. So here in Turkey, if they raise their head straight and nod once, it means no. So if you ask a question, if the response is a yes or no, and then the person does this, then it is actually no. Unlike in Ghana, when we do this, it's yes. When they do this, it's no here.
My name is Abubakar. Initially from Ghana, but currently residing in the UK. I came here as a student through the help of GISGO. And I would like to speak briefly about some of my cultural shocks that I encountered coming in here into the UK. The major cultural shock I would say about the UK here, coming here for the first time, has to do with mainly the roads, how to navigate my way around the road, how to find my way when it comes to the road. It was a bit of a challenge. I realized that for those of us coming from Ghana, we usually drive on the right. But coming here in the UK, they drive on the left. And it was a bit of a challenge to navigate, and especially when you're crossing the road, you always end up looking on the left side, on the wrong side of the road instead of, because you're not used to it. So they had a very simple way of solving that problem. They just write it on the road. They tell you to watch you to look when you're going to cross the road. Unfortunately, today has been quite snowy, So you cannot see the roads even if you go on, you can't see the writings. So it's quite a culture shock because you always have to be double sure before crossing the road, and if not, you are likely to find yourself inside.
The other culture shock is it has to do with food. So here in Turkey, unlike in Ghana, when we are serving, we just serve like one full meal in one bowl normally. Here they serve in 4 different bowls at a time, or plates. So in the first bowl you have the main meal. The second bowl will have like a soup. There are many different types of Turkish soups. So they will cook one of them and then serve it in one bowl. The third bowl will have a dessert inside, and then the last bowl will have something like a sauce. And then always there will be bread around. So whether it is breakfast, lunch, supper, and no matter what type of meal they prepare, definitely they accompany it with bread. Yes. So these are just some of the cultural shocks. I know there are many, but I don't recall them, but these are like the biggest ones I will never forget. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much. Bye.